Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Tomorrow, June 11th, brings us a new small update regarding Anakin changes, Darth Maul changes, and a few other bugs and fixes. So starting off with Anakin Skywalker, they have reduced the duration of choking during Anakin's retribution ability from 4 seconds down to 2 seconds. Anakin's retribution does also not charge up based on damage received on heroic might. So some good changes there to retribution, I'd say. It's going to be interesting to see how this really changes the ability, how much it's used and all that, but hopefully it kind of works, because it's nice that DICE are trying to use all 4 abilities for Anakin, but if it doesn't work, then honestly retribution just needs to go, to be honest. Also, heroic might no longer deals an increased damage output based on Anakin receiving damage himself. However, the ability does still increase its radius, which is good to see. Heroic might again was also a big issue for me, so it's nice to see that they've actually kind of done that. But as they're reducing the amount of damage that kind of gets output as he receives it, they've increased the base damage of heroic might for heroes from 70 to 90, and they've also reduced the base damage of heroic might from 130 to 120 for troopers. Next up, we've got a change for Darth Maul's Furious Throw. So basically, his hitbox used to be very small for it, and obviously the lightsaber was thrown vertically. However, now the hitbox is much wider due to the attack being horizontal. Again, very good change here to see. Really looking forward to seeing how this actually improves the overall accuracy of the ability and how effective it is. However, as a result of this, they are reducing the ability's damage output from 150 to 75. Personally, I feel like 75 is a bit too small. However, obviously the ability has a much larger hitbox. It's going to be a lot easier to use, and we'll just honestly have to wait and see how well it plays out. But obviously, if it's not good enough, they will go and increase it hopefully anyway. So they've obviously improved visual effects and animations related to the ability as well based on these changes. So there's also some changes to game modes as well. So they've reduced the minimum number of players required so they can actually start. So the 3 modes here are Blast, Strike, and Heroes vs Villains. From Blast and Strike, you initially needed 8 players to start the game. However, now you only need 4, so 2 per side. Heroes vs Villains, you needed a full game of 8 players. However, now it's only 6 required, which is very good to see. Now there's just a bunch of other improvements. So the minimap in Heroes vs Villains will now work similarly to Hero Showdown. So essentially, it won't constantly show you all players on screen. So you will need to be a bit more tactical when it comes to playing this mode. Heroes Run Out also cost the same amount of battle points across all maps. Essentially, there's not going to be any era-specific bonus. You know, it's not going to be like 4,000 for Obi-Wan on Kashyyyk, but 6,000 for Rey. You know, they are going to all cost the same. We don't have an actual figure for that just yet. I imagine it might try and go in the middle of around 5,000, or they'll just bring it all down to 4,000. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. They've also fixed an issue with one of Aiden's star cards where it basically granted incorrect recharge time values for the stun droid ability. Fixed an issue where Han wouldn't be able to jump after sharpshooter got cancelled or interrupted. They fixed an issue where the DC-50 LE weapon would have no crosshairs when aiming in using improved zoom, which I actually noticed on stream yesterday, so that's nice to see that they've changed that as well. There are also a few visual improvements as well that have happened. So the back gear on the 91st Recon Corps has been visually improved by animations. Visual improvements where there was a brightness issue regarding command post projections on Capital Supremacy for Geonosis and Kashyyyk. They've also fixed an issue where LAAT pilots would be seen floating in the air when boarding the Dreadnought on Geonosis in Capital Supremacy. And lastly, they have fixed an issue where one of the roofs on Camino allowed players to jump out of the map geometry. So some good changes here, some nice bug fixes as well. I'm personally really happy to see that all heroes will cost the same amount. The game modes will start soon, and some of the smaller ones, which is awesome because, to be honest, the population on those modes are a bit smaller. Obviously, Heroes vs Villains is right up there, but Blast and Strike, you do need a bit of a smaller player base to start there, really. So more games will be found. Darth Maul, I'm interested to see how the damage output is affected. I'm kind of hoping it does get increased, but we'll have to see how it is in testing. And yeah, some very good changes to Anakin as well. That's going to be it for me though, guys. Let me know what you think of this update. It comes tomorrow at 8 AM UTC PC, 9 AM UTC for PS4, and 10 AM UTC for the Xbox One. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.